Relationships are such a tricky thing. Hi, Dr. Caroline Carpenter here, and wanted to pop on and make a quick video on how I saved my relationship. It's not what you're thinking. Yes, I learned better communication. Yes, I had compassion. Yes, I held space. Yes, I saw things through my partner's eyes. And number one, I chose myself over and over and over again, even when it felt wrong. So what I had to do to save my relationship is not what a lot of relationship coaches will teach. I had to choose myself. I had to reconnect with myself first before tending to the needs of my partner, or even meeting the needs of my partner, or even considering my partner. I had to choose me first. And there were a few times where, from an outside perspective, it would have looked selfish and wrong. And that's exactly what I had to do. Because you see, when I was a child, I was taught that, oh, I got a little spot here. Whatever. When I was a child, I was taught to be quiet, unless I was spoken to be helpful, and to figure out what someone else needs before they know it, so that I can make their life easier, so that they give me love. This is anything but autonomy. This is anything but connection with self. I was trained to be codependent, meaning attuned to everyone's needs but my own. Figure out what everyone else needed at the expense of myself. Give all of myself away to be loved, without even checking in with how I feel and what I want. I didn't even know what I wanted in life or who I was in life until I was, gosh, how old was I? 36. I learned along the way, but it was painful. And here's the tricky thing about choosing yourself. It can feel like death. And you see, it's this, for me, it was that really young child, that really young inner child, just needing the connection and the support and the love from a caregiver. And that's the part that would come out and feel like she was going to die when it came time to choose myself and let go of the partnership if it came to it, and choose myself first. Valiantly choose myself first. That video by Elizabeth Gilbert, that divine feminine and divine masculine versus profane feminine and masculine, that I didn't have strong role models. I didn't have strong women around me. I had women around me who would do anything to keep a connection and sacrifice all of her needs and then get angry when they're not met. Women around me who had never put themselves first, didn't know how to, and so expected me to put them first and train me how to do that in partnership. So for me to save my relationship, and I know it was the right one because we both created each other's childhood that we both tried to escape. I had to put myself first, period. Even though I loved him more than anything, put myself first. And there was a point where neither one of us were in love because we were having to reconnect with ourselves. You see, to save the relationship, we had to completely disconnect from it while in it. Now, this may seem completely counterintuitive, but we both were committed, and the fact that we were not going to go seek anyone else out. We're both committed to the relationship. We didn't like each other, but we were committed to the relationship, and so we separated to do our own healing while in the relationship. And there was a lot of silent nights, and there was a lot of no talking, and there was a lot of doing our own thing. And once we both reconnected with ourselves first, then we could come together and reform the beautiful relationship that never ended. It almost did about 1 million times. I cannot tell you how many times I texted my attorney. Sorry, Gary. But that's the piece most get wrong. Most want to cling to the relationship and keep the connection when, if depending on where you're at, sometimes you have to completely rupture for weeks or months at a time to reform the relationship. And that doesn't get a lot of press. That doesn't get a lot of airtime because it's scary and it feels wrong. And that's what we had to do. At one point, my husband had intermittent explosive disorder. He was in the military for 18 years. Super rigid man, showed no feelings. And I was just begging for love. I was that girl just begging for love, doing whatever it took. Wondering why he just couldn't love me. So anyway, we are both very different people, and we both were able to see in each other all of the mirrors of everything both of us needed to heal, and that's what we did. We healed while we were in the relationship, which is one of the hardest things to do and also one of the most powerful things anyone will ever do. And that's how a dream relationship is made, from my perspective. Now, maybe some people do really have the fairy tale, but that's never been my experience, and I tried. I for sure tried. So, this one kind of took, maybe it seems like a dark turn, but it's real. So, love you all. I actually have a free relationship workshop coming up. I don't know how much longer they will be free. There's not going to be a replay. If you want to find out more details, look me up on Facebook, Dr. Caroline Carpenter, same as here. And, I've got a link to join. I've got a free group on Facebook where I cover some of this stuff, mainly helping soul-aligned women clear their unconscious blocks for good and create their own economy. Interesting on the economy piece, my husband said yesterday to one of his friends, man, if your relationship's good, your money's not going to be good either. So true. I'm going to cover that one next. Okay. Love you all so much. Have a fantastic day.